Brandon Spotby here.
Yeah. We are the Markout Movie Podcasters. Welcome to today's episode. We are here to discuss 1986's Stand By Me, a movie by Rob Reiner and based on a short story by Stephen King. Novella, right? The novella by Stephen King. We're going to get into it, but before we do that, we're going to talk about a couple of things. Real quick. Brandon just recently watched Snake Eyes. You got any thoughts on that real quick?
My real quick thoughts.
Let me give you some more headroom.
You gonna give me a headroom? I almost said something else. But my quick thoughts on Snake Eyes. Right. I hated what they were doing at the beginning of the movie, like his origin story. They really screwed it up. It's not. I mean, you don't like him. You just don't like Snake Eyes. You care more for Storm Shadow, which I kind of always did.
No spoilers, Brandon.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying you like him and you don't really like Snake Eyes. But by the end of the movie, it all fit, and I was like, you know what? I kind of dug it. I would say it's probably the best G.I. Joe film, though.
All right, there you go. I haven't watched it. I want to see Ode, but then I don't because M. Night hasn't really been firing on all cylinders recently. But
when has he ever?
6 Sense.
Okay, that's one movie. I give you Signs too.
Signs, also Unbreakable. I thought that was good.
Okay,
pretty good.
His first 3 movies.
Split.
Okay, how many years
That's
after?
the end of it. That's the end of it. That's the end of the M. Night Shyamalan, being great. Like, because what's that one when they're not really Amish? They're
the Village.
Yeah, that's terrible. It could have been so much better. Oh, anyway. I'm so disappointed.
It was better than The Happening.
Oh, but then he came back with The Visit. The Visit was good.
Yeah, this was all right.
Visit was good.
It was all right.
It was good.
Yeah,
it's all right to you?
I can't go.
You can't go good?
Good. I can go. All right. Like,
it's just
you know what? I was like, okay.
All right.
You did something decent.
Decent. Okay. All
but,
right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a comment. Let's see who we got.
Really?
Bilfer. Hey. Bilfer the Hobbit. Hello, buddy. You got a crocodile or alligator? That's cool. All right. Thank you, brother. Let's see. All right. Real quick, we're going to talk about AEW and their new talent. So, Brandon, give us the scoop.
Give you the scoops.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel Bryan has signed with AEW.
It's Bryan Danielson, I guess. I
would say it'd be Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
I'm sure the yes chance will be still there, though.
Oh, it's going to happen.
And
he's going to sue. You cannot do the yes chance.
Pretty much a done deal. The only thing they haven't done is actually meet up and sign the contract. CM Punk. It's clobbering time.
Yes.
I can't. If he does sign the contract, I can't wait for the pipe bomb of all pipe bombs because it's going to be great.
Well, probably halfway during this podcast, where we will be doing the cherry pie eating contest. If you've seen the movie, you know what we're referring to. But yeah, so AEWs New Talent. Brandon, I think AEW is already legitimized, with like acquisitions like Jericho, Christian, I'm gonna still call him Christian Cage now, right?
Yeah.
Big Show. He is that in TNA as well.
Is he club? Christian Cage.
Christian Cage. Big Show is just Paul White. And then
I heard they were going with his Adam Sandler Waterboy gimmick.
Which that'd be fun.
Captain Insano.
I love that.
That'd be funny.
And then I think that other talent.
Aleister Black's there.
Aleister Black. Oh yeah, what does he go by now?
I don't know. It's something Black. It's not Aleister Black.
Ezekiel Black or something. I don't know, something like that. Who knows? But
it's a great signing though. He can go. Andre dude.
I don't know who you're referring to.
The Latino wrestler.
Oh yeah, Andre.
Charlotte Flair's boyfriend.
Yeah, that guy. Andre. I was gonna say Iguodala, but it's not right.
But he's another great talent. My only concern, and I was talking to the guy we interviewed on the podcast,
Joe.
I was like, my only concern is with all these signings they're jeopardizing and turning themselves into WCW 2.0.
Yeah.
And I said the good news is they don't have, because I kind of give Hogan a pass on actually killing WCW, but I do not give Hall and Nash a pass because all they cared about was money.
Bischoff killed it too.
Bischoff killed it too. They don't have guys like Hall and Nash just there for money.
Yeah.
You have guys that are signing to help build this company to greater heights. So hopefully that continues, and I mean,
I was checking to see if we had any comments. Not yet, but okay.
Your thoughts on the signings?
My thoughts. So first of all, I'm glad that anyone escapes WWE. I really want Dolph Ziggler to escape because that man is pure talent, and WWE is holding that man back.
They won't let him go.
Yeah,
now.
but I think that Bryan Danielson. I love him back in Ring of Honor. That's when I first seen him. I thought he was like the second coming of like Bret Hart. For me, somebody just very technical. He reminded me a lot of Dynamite Kid as well, and a lot of honestly Chris Benoit. Like he could put me in that mindset.
That's who he was compared to the most.
Yeah.
Well, especially when he got to WWE. They always compared him to Benoit. Well, they're not live on TV. But all the fans did.
But I'm anxious to see him and Punk together. I hope that they don't overshadow one another, but I think that you gotta make a triumphant entry with both of them. But Punk that's major. That's
Punk,
major.
Should debut at All Out in Chicago. It's just a no-brainer.
Hey, you got Belfort still? Hey, what's up? What's your name? It doesn't matter what your name is. The Rock. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, that's coming out soon. The Jungle Cruise. But yeah. But no, I think there's good signings for AEW. It helps make them even more legitimate. And as long as they don't get bloated. And WCW got bloated. They added people that they should have added. Like you said, at one point everybody was NWO, which was terrible. Yeah. And then they created the Wolfpack faction to kind of separate, which was it's not bad. But then
they added people that didn't make sense to it.
Yeah, like everybody.
Luger, come on.
The moment that you add Vincent, aka Virgil, to NWO, it's ruined. Like that man totally is like the worst wrestler in history, in my opinion.
When he went to WCW and was part of the NWO because he was a former WWE guy. I mean, because that's kind of what the group was based off of.
That's what they was grabbing. WWE. They was grabbing a lot of.
So it made sense as far as that goes, but really it should have just been Hogan, Hall, and Nash.
Yeah. I'm okay even with the Giant Big Show. Paul, I'm even okay with him added to the group.
I think he got added because they didn't know what to do with him, and that's the saddest part.
Yeah, but so either way, AEW, thumbs up for me. You?
Thumbs up.
All right. Also, real quick before we skip from AEW, Brian Pillman Jr. has officially been added to the roster there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's excellent. I think that he looks like his dad. He has charisma like his dad, and I'm always anxious to see second or third generation or whatever come up and do their thing.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to say about that?
I haven't actually got to see him wrestle one-on-one. I've seen him in tag team matches. Mm-hmm. I can't say he's on the level of his dad.
No.
And when I say the level of his dad, I mean flying Brian Pillman, not.
And I think WWE wasted him too.
Version.
Yeah, they wasted him as well.
But he apparently had that ankle injury that prevented him from being the old flying Brian. But
he still made it work. What he did, being the mouthpiece for the.
He's a great mouthpiece.
Yeah, for the Hart Foundation.
But I do look forward to see what they do with him. I think they should really put him with Jungle Boy, mm-hmm. Luke Perry's kid, Jack Perry. That guy, I think he's phenomenal. To me, he's the future of that company.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I forgot Sting's there too.
Sting's there?
Yeah, I forget about Sting. He's there.
Last time I checked into it, he was with Darby Allin, which makes total sense.
Yeah. I like that. And then Taz is there, so it's
Taz
just
it's
like a collection of old TNA guys. I won't say old ECW because I believe I compare now Taz more of a TNA guy Then I do an ECW guy. Like the version of Taz that we see now is that TNA Taz. It's not the ECW Taz. It's a different Taz. So
Well, I mean, he's got that old mentality,
FTW type of
but he's the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
But that's what he wasn't. That's what he became in TNA.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. But all right, real quick, last thing before we get to our actual movie that we really liked. We're gonna go to one that we didn't really all like. Space Jam: New Legacy, or is it, Brandon? Is it a new legacy, or is it just rehash, or did they just steal pages out of the book of Ready Player One to make a movie? Because what I liked about the movie, before you answer, is only the fact of the cameos. That's all I really liked. I like seeing people that I saw, like, oh man, look, the Gremlins, whatever. I love seeing that stuff. But
now,
LeBron is terrible.
Don't get me wrong. Those properties that show up in this movie, they're cool to see. Like when we go into the Matrix, it's cool. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing the Harry Potter world, I mean, it's cool. Pennywise, Joker, all the. I'm not sure if Two-Face was in there or not. There was the Penguin was in there. I think there was Catwoman. Of course, Batman and Robin from the '60s.
I got comments. Go ahead. Continue.
Got comments. But for me, it was just eye candy.
Devin Frank Whitlow, what's up, guys? What up, Devin? Devon. I'm saying your name like I'm a rookie and you're not my family. You're my actual cousin. But anyway, hey. So let's see what he says real quick. X-Pac Vader. I guess he enjoyed X-Pac. He really did like X-Pac. He really did like Vader. And he said, I ain't seen it yet. Don't you say that much. I'm not going to say much on Space Jam for you. Plus, I like LeBron. He does like LeBron. He also like Allen Iverson, but we ain't going to discuss. Allen was the man.
Answer was he was awesome. He was. In my opinion, at that time, like he was definitely my favorite NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
And for his size, he did things I've never seen a little guy do.
Yeah, absolutely. He should have been in this movie. That's what this movie should have been. Was a collection of what I like about
that's
the first
what it was
Space
missing
Jam.
Actually. Because in the original they stole the talent of in the 95, 96 top NBA players.
Yeah, like Muggsy Bogues, Patrick Ewing. Yeah. I believe Charles Barkley.
They do kind of do
Reggie Miller.
They kind of repeat themselves, but it's more of a video game version of them.
Yeah. But also,
it's not actually the real talent.
It's not the same. Yeah, it's just not the same. Like it's not so much.
It's for this generation.
Yeah, like there was a subplot of like the NBA players being terrible now, like Reggie Miller, like airballing, or like Charles Barkley can't play anymore. I love that aspect of the original Space Jam. This one, he just pretty much Al G Rhythm pretty much just copies the he created a character based on Anthony Davis or something like that. Which the movie, just LeBron, like Michael isn't a great actor either. Let me throw that out there.
No, he wasn't.
But it was still whimsical seeing him with Bugs Bunny and everything. Whereas this one,
the problem with this movie, and honestly, the problem with this movie is LeBron comes off as a villain for most of the movie.
He really does. Yeah.
Where Michael didn't.
All right. Space Jam 2 was great, except when this is from Bilford the Hobbit. Space Jam 2 was great, except for when they started playing basketball. I wish they played NASCAR racing.
Well, Bilford, I have to disagree with you completely. This was
he said, or wrestling.
To me, this was complete trash, and it literally is the worst movie of the year for me right now, and I don't think anything's gonna beat it. I ain't gonna spoil anything for anybody that has not seen it. I don't ever want to see LeBron James act again in his life. So that's where I stand with it. Go ahead, Aaron.
Really? AI joke. What about Usher? Oh, he liked Usher too. Anyway, but yeah, so my quick thoughts and then we're moving on is what I liked about the movie is what the movie wasn't. Like it would, and Andre the Black Nerd mentioned this in his review of it. And I thought that was a great idea. What if this movie was, instead of Space Jam, is just more of just the Warner Brother Looney Tunes properties like infiltrating movies and
That would have been better.
and trying to find their place back in the world, and trying to be relative again, and that would have been a great film. And then they finally say, no, we gotta be ourselves, and that's what makes them popular again. Because imagine people at home watching The Matrix, right? And then like all of a sudden you see, Speedy Gonzalez on the screen, and you're like, what? And then it shows people like interacting, like, well, this isn't in the Matrix, And that would have been interesting, something like that. It would have been a great movie, and you didn't really need the basketball subplot, but it's just
another thing about the basketball game. The first half is super long.
Yeah.
And like the second half feels like it's maybe 15 minutes. I actually truly felt the first half of that video game, because it is a video game. The first half of that basketball game felt like an hour long. Yeah. And the movie is way over. Mm-hmm. It is way over. I mean, it's almost 2 hours. And the first one was like 90 minutes.
Real quick, your marks.
1.
Oh, all right. I'm going to give it 2.5 markouts. I love the cameos. What can you say? I'm a sucker for a good cameo. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the movie, Stand By Me. All right, so this is one of our last movies of the summer that we're going to talk about. After the death of one of his friends, a writer recounts a childhood journey with his friends to find the body of a missing boy. This movie stars Will Wheaton as Gordy LaChance, River Phoenix, the great River Phoenix, as Chris Chambers. All of them were great. Let's just put that out there. Mm-hmm. Corey Feldman as Teddy Duchamp. Jerry O'Connor as Vern Tessio. Kiefer Sutherland as Ace Merrill. And there's several other people in this film, but one I wanted to highlight is Richard Dreyfuss as the writer, and then John Cusack as Denny. So the numbers.
The numbers. You got an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb. Metacritic gives it a 75%. 91% like it on Google. It's got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes with the audience score at 94. So it is definitely certified fresh.
Thank you, Devin. Devon. I keep saying your name. The way it's spelled, it's Devon. I know your bloody name. But, man, thank you. I love you, too. We will keep grinding. He said we'd be on TV one day. And I would hope so. That'd be great. But, man, this movie, Stand By Me, I own the Blu-ray. I got it from Walmart years ago. Here's my copy. This movie, man, like there's movies that are considered coming of age films. I consider Sandlot as a coming of age film. I don't consider Goonies coming of age because there is no real change. Like you feel like at the end of this movie that every character has changed some way. Yeah. Even Summer of '84 is coming of age. Like the events in that movie changed the characters. And so this is one of those movies where I feel like the characters are changed by the end of the film.
I agree. I kind of do feel like Goonies is coming of age, but at the same time, it's not coming of age like Stand By Me. Like, I think this is the defining film for coming of age films. But yeah, I agree. Every character was completely changed by the events, by this journey they go on to find the body.
Yeah, and that's what the actual short story, the novella, was called, The Body.
Yeah. So I think, as you said earlier, all the young actors in this film were phenomenal. And I told you I was going to kind of make a bold statement here.
Go for it.
I believe this is Corey Feldman's best performance.
I would agree with you.
This is one of his films. I don't feel this is Corey, the typical Corey Feldman we get. This is the actor Corey.
Yeah.
And I don't feel we've seen the actor Corey a lot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is him at his best. Poor guy.
Yeah,
we've had Corey a lot lately. So
we had a lot of Corey. Corey is this year's Bacon, I guess. But But yeah, if you know that reference, we do a lot of Kevin Bacon films, incidentally. But yeah, but no, Corey, like this movie, everybody in this film is great. Will
They are.
Wheaton,
They are.
he is the Will Wheaton is the main character, if you will. But River Phoenix steals the show every time he's on screen. River is so captivating. He's so he just draws the camera
Yeah.
and just and just let me say this real quick that Chambers is the best friend anybody would ever want, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I would. And I'll say another thing. We reviewed Summer of '84 not too long ago.
Mhm.
I feel that movie copy and pasted these 4 friendships for that movie.
Absolutely.
They was like, let's copy what they did in Stand By Me. Have a little twist in here and there, but as the friendships go, let's copy and paste that.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, I felt that when I first saw it. But
But
you know,
it's just-
after watching this again, I was like, man, it's copy and paste.
It really is.
And it's I don't look at it as a bad thing. I think it's respect for something that came before you.
So
You're honoring it, and I love that.
the film starts out with the writer, played by Richard Dreyfuss, the great Richard Dreyfuss, his boy from
Hooper,
Jaws.
Hooper,
But
quit playing with yourself, Hooper.
he's a writer. He's essentially Stephen King. That's
Yeah.
what Stephen writes himself, pseudo writes himself into his own movies. But he's Stephen, man.
He's
Stephen,
the best.
Stephen is so great. He's my favorite. He's my favorite writer, like bar none. Stephen King is my favorite writer. I would not. I don't deny that. Stephen King is just a great writer. All his stuff he's really great at creating atmosphere and setting. It's the dog. He's really great at creating atmosphere in a setting and making it real.
Yeah.
Like you can like I remember just real quick. I remember and you compared it to It. You compared this to It a little bit. I remember
With the French.
reading it. I did an audiobook, but still, I remember reading it. Still reading it, listening and taking it all in. And there's a scene where Ben is walking from the library and it's snowing, and he passes the part where like the little where the Pennywise was. He passed like the little thing, and he looked down, and he just seen something horrific, and he's frozen. He couldn't move, and and the whole time, I was just like I was reading or listening to this, and I was like there with him. I was just as paranoid, like really, that's a testament of that man's writing, and he does a great job with this. So.
Yeah, I mean, I won't argue with Stephen King. I mean, I feel he is the best writer of all time. Like his stories are so compelling. You care, and you don't have happy endings a lot of the time. So I feel he's a realistic writer, and I just love how he tells his stories. How how he writes. I mean, it's fluid and it's heartbreaking at times. Like I remember the one I read, Gerald's Game. Certain scenes in that story.
The movie is great.
Yeah, the movie's good, but you're reading it.
I hadn't read the story.
They kind of skipped over a little bit of that book, and it's when you're reading it, man, you don't want to read it. Like it bothers you that much. I don't like it. I don't like to read stuff like
over what happened with her, right?
Yeah, and he don't.
No, Stephen doesn't.
No, he don't at all.
Anybody has read or listened to It knows that movie, either the television film with Tim Curry or this one with Bill Skarsgård, they do not touch the surface of what happened.
I've heard about it.
In the ritual of Chud or something like that. But man, there's some stuff you cannot show it. It is wrong.
Yeah,
that movie will not. There will be parents testimony. Anyway, but this movie it starts with the writer, and he hears that a friend had passed away, and he goes back to his study, starts writing, and he recounts the memory of the time that he's seen his first dead body, and that's how it starts. And you start in the summer of, is in the 50s, I'll say, is in the 40s or 50s. I was
wanting to say 60s.
It
could have been 50s with the music.
With the music, I think it's 50s because we know that LaChance,